don't smoke weed. I'm scared. It's illegal. Like I hear if you get caught smoking weed in Indiana, like they make you go to church. I think is what happens. So like anytime one of my friends is like, I stay high, I'm always like, that is super gangster. Good for you, buddy. That is nice, you know. But like whenever I hear somebody be like, I stay drunk, I'm like, we know, Dad. We are all at this Applebee's, man. I like my dad though. My dad's a country boy. That's through and through. Like I grew up on a farm, which means he grew up on like a shittier farm. That's how that works. I was talking to my dad over Christmas. I found out last month my dad hurt his back because he threw his gun at a coyote. I was like, Dad, why did you throw your gun? He goes, I'm sure as shit not gonna throw him a beer. All right. I'm stupid for asking. You're right. It was on brand for a guy who calls Bud Light Dad water. That is on point. Like my dad, it was interesting growing up because he had like country dad advice, you know. Like I remember one of my birthdays, he was like, "Hey Tyson, I want you to never forget you can fit an entire tall boy inside of a Polar Pop." I'm like, I don't think that's real advice. I was like, yeah, you just pour it into it. He goes, no, you can just open it, put the straw on it, lid on it, won't spill, sheriff won't go to it. Like, what is It's like, Dad, I'm 17. I can't even buy beer. And he goes, oh, so I got you some beer in the fridge. You're a good daddy. Thank you, Pop. That's nice, you know. But one time he was like, hey, there's no such thing as a fair fight. So remember, fight dirty. It's okay to bite their nipple off. I'm like, oh, what off? Like through their shirt. He goes, yeah, it's why we brush our teeth. That's not why I brush my teeth. I don't know. It's not it at all. And I don't want to paint my dad in a bad light. Like he's a nice guy. He's a good dude deep down. Like my dad married his high school sweetheart, which is adorable and good for him. Not great for the advice front though. That was not good. I can't be like, hey Dad, what's the secret with women? And he's just like, all right, first one to touch it, put a ring on it. Yeah, if she puts out, settle down. That's the Cox family way. Like, Dad, that's Mom you're talking about. Like, I'd fight you with that nipple. You seem real serious about that nipple thing, so got me shook. I did get one thing from my dad, which was his hairline, so he can eat a dick. My hair is so shitty, like, people call me a ginger, like, pretty often. They're like, are you a ginger? I'm like, no, it's just thin and I'm a pink person, so. just being rude, really. Yeah. This is it. This is the only haircut I can get, otherwise it gets real thin on top. I'm gonna have to shave it at some point, but it's fine. I'm trying to enjoy it while I can, but like, I can't even have like a hard day right now, because I ever have like a stressful day and I'm just like, oh God, okay. Yeah, not a good look. I'll let you guys finish. This is not a good look. I look like I sell used divorces. Like, I'd be at a rundown gas station and be like, y'all need some basement cages? That's it. That's what I'm working with. My oldest brother, he's bald. He's also a cop, which is weird. Because like a lot of people don't like cops, but they do love sharing their opinions, which is weird because my brother's a cop. So I'll just be hanging out at a party and someone will just be like, fuck the police. And I have to be like, well, like my brother's a cop. And they're like, gently. Like if he's into it, the handcuffs seem kind of cool, actually. Like, he's my older brother, though, to make matters worse, you know? Like, he did older brother things, what willies, wedgies, beat the shit out of me, just bonding. And, yeah, just bonding. Boys will be boys, right? And, so now I'm afraid of cops. But I'm afraid in a different way. Most people get pulled over, and they're like, oh, man, I hope you don't give me a ticket, you know? I get pulled over, I'm like, oh, man, I hope you don't fuck my girlfriend while I'm at camp. Yeah, I think it just protect and not serve. That'd be ideal. Yeah. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with cops. I know, there's a lot of things going on in the news. And so I will say, I know for a fact some people want to become cops to get that power so they can use that power. I also know for a fact some people become cops because football didn't pan out. And they still kind of want to go to high school parties. That's the whole thing. Oh shit, the cops are here! To see them titties, actually. Who wants a shot? I got evidence weed. I stay high. Alright. I like being from a small town. It's interesting. I'm from a small town, and the kind of size of a small town where you brag about how small it is. Small town brags. People are always like, we only had 25 people in my graduating class, or my parents shared a parent, or whatever. My small town brag is I went to prom at a truck stop, and why'd you woo that? What's wrong with that? It's not as fun as it sounds. I was like, what happened? Jiffy Lube was booked? Why are we here? The thing that made me mad about going to truck stop prom is they wanted to still be a prom. They had a theme. Every prom has a theme. 1001 Arabian Nights, Enchantment of the Sea, or whatever. Our theme was unleaded love. It's not great. I was so mad until I realized there was one upside. They're going to prom at a truck stop. And that was if you didn't have a date, you could get one. Some guy told me I could just go around back and get me a lot lizard. And if you don't know what a lot lizard is, you had a better prom than I did. That's a prostitute for you normal prom people. You don't learn that at the YMCA. And, I'm here to tell you, she had some perks, guys. She had some Percocets, and she was trying to sell them. Took that one a little too serious. All right. Love drink. I come from a drinking family. I love drinking games, beer pong, flippy cup. My favorite drinking game is I like to drink until I believe in myself. It's usually Tuesday afternoons during reruns of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but that's neither here nor there. But I got this uncle. Every time I see my uncle, he tells me that he's the best at drinking. I'm like, all right, cool. What does that make you, a champion or alcoholic, Because champions win things, right? Belts, trophies. My uncle loses things. He loses things like car keys, driver's license, custody. Which is, that's fine. He did it. And a finger that one time. That was fun. I got Knuckle 9 fingers. In my defense, he seemed more confident than the snapping turtle, He was just like, I got this. No, I don't. All right. I lose things too. I lose things like credit score. Anyone else here do a little drinking and online shopping? A little boozing, buying, absolute Amazon, whiskey, and wish listing? Who's their own secret Santa? I'm getting super good at it. It's pretty fun. But what I like to do now, when I've had a couple of drinks, I like pranks a lot. I like pulling a couple of pranks. Anyone else here an asshole? My current favorite prank, what I do is, if I go to a men's restroom and there's a fella in there going number twosie, just dropping a gross in there in public, and if he clams up, I'm like, got him, here we go. So what I'll do is, I'll just go about my business. I'll use the urinal, I'll wash my hands, I will dry my hands, I will go to the door, I will open the door. I will not leave. Close the door. Let me just wait. Just wait till he resumes business, then I just shut off all the lights and yell, it's never safe! One time a guy was like, I'll kill you! I'm like, now you want to eat some fiber, wash your hands, don't be gross. I like talking about all that small town stuff to kind of get you guys prepared, because I have another brother, because my parents like to get it in. And I have an identical twin brother who was on an episode of Jerry Springer one time, which is just a sentence I get to say now, and it's not great. Identical twin brother on the most white trash show known to man. That doesn't make me feel good about my genetics, my DNA. That's not. Most people worried about heart disease or high blood pressure. I apparently have to worry about getting a bombed out Camaro and a Bud Light back tattoo. It's not great. There's two of us, what happened? There's something went wrong, that's all I know. Did my parents hook up at a Walmart? Like when my dad came, did Kid Rock just go, the prophecy has begun? I'm just saying White Trash Twins is a buy one, get one no one wants, you know? Like, hey, what are we gonna name the twins? Well, I don't know. How about Tyson and Levi? What? After our favorite chicken and jeans? Oh, well, we better run along to Marlboro. He's gonna be a big brother. 2020's here. It's been a good year. Like 2019 was pretty cool. I like 2019. I won $500 on a scratch-off lottery ticket last year, and yeah, sometimes people cheer for that. I don't know why, but like I did it. I was pretty excited, and I did what I think everyone here would do is I won $500 on a scratch-off, and I immediately scheduled a vasectomy. And so I did that. Yeah, guys, I'm snipped, I'm clipped, I'm neutered, I Bob Barkered myself. I'm good for the planet. And so yeah, now I got that all done. So now sex with me is a lot like a Civil War reenactment. Like I'm firing blanks, and very few people are interested. I got it done. Some of you guys are like, Tyson, the vasectomy costs way more than $500. I'm like, yeah, I know that now. I figured it out. I put it together. And yeah, so to make up that difference in cost, what I did is I sold a whole bunch of my Magic the Gathering cards. So I just went from one form of birth control to another. Here's the thing, is like it was super easy for me to get it done, which is crazy, because I know if you're a lady in Indiana and you want some sort of surgical birth control, like you gotta be like so many hoops you gotta jump through. You gotta be like 65 and have 3 kids and be married to like a left-handed wizard from Oregon, like some crazy bullshit. For me, they just asked me some questions over the phone. That was it. They were just like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 30. And she goes, all right, well, who's your phone provider? And I was like, Verizon. And she was like, who pays for that? And I was like, my parents. And she said, we'll see you Monday. That was it. That was the whole thing. Saw my buddy Cecil, and I'm gonna tell a joke for Cecil. I love Star Wars. We got Star Wars fans here? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Man, it's great. We're in like a reconnaissance of Star Wars right now. We got the Return of the Jedi New... I can't think of words. You guys ever words in public? All right. The Rise of Skywalker. Thank you. The Rise of Skywalker. We got Baby Yoda. He's taking all over the place. I love it. I was reading some trivia about the original Star Wars. You know, all the way back in the 70s. And everyone knows James Earl Jones was the voice of Vader, but his body was just some German dude. Which, when you watch it, it sounds all cool. It's all like, Luke, I am your father. That's not a good impression. But like on set, it was actually more like, hey Luke, it's me, it's your pop-pop. But Mark Hamill still has to react. He's like, no, that can't be true, you killed my father. No, homeboy, check your feels, you know it's to be true. But I was rewatching it the other day, and I hate the scene where they make such a big deal about that exhaust port, because one guy's like, yeah, the only weakness is this 2-meter wide exhaust port. And another guy loses his shit. He's like, what, 2 meters? That's no bigger than a womp rat. And then Luke Skywalker's like, hey, it's cool, guys. I used to bullseye womp rats in my T-16 back on my uncle's farm. Kind of like he's trying to slide into someone's DMs, something like that. You know? It does sound impressive until you realize 2 meters is 6 fucking feet, guys. That's a dumpster-sized animal. I don't know if you guys realize that. He's not bullseyeing shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, Luke Skywalker, that's just the equivalent of like a hillbilly driving around on a 4-wheeler taking pot shots at cattle. That's it. Like, that's our hero. That's our guy. Like, Luke Skywalker's just a big old space hillbilly. That's all he is. You know, he grew up on a farm. He doesn't like sand people. I didn't write it, but it's true. He made out with his sister. Like, he's even rooting for the side that lost the war 100 years ago. Like, if that doesn't scream, the Force will rise again! I don't know what does, but Yoda take the wheel, you know? Thanks for coming along with. That's my favorite joke. I got some stuff for sale. I love animals. I run a couple of shows in town to benefit the Humane Society, so I have a couple of shirts for sale. One of them just says, can I pet your dog? Which is pretty cool. Saves me a lot of trouble on the streets. I just point to the shirt and they go, no. And I go, all right. So I got, can I pet your dog shirt? If you're not a dog person, I have a shirt that says, can I pet your kitty? Because you guys ever not get a joke and then buy 300 shirts? You guys ever miss something? Bobby's selling those. I donate every shirt I sell. I donate to the Humane Society, Indy. So, then that's the pitch. Okay. All right, back to this. All right, so I'm a comedian, which means I used to be a waiter, and it's true. I didn't like it. I didn't like being a waiter because my boss was dumb. My boss, he was always saying dumb shit. He's always like, "Press the rush," or "It's just easy to please, or you deserve to serve." And I'm like, that was kind of mean, actually. That was what's, I don't like that. You know? But like, he always wanted me to say my pleasure. Like, I couldn't just be like, "You got it," or "No problem." He would be like, "My pleasure." Like, we're not even Chick-fil-A, dude. Calm down. Which, it's never my pleasure. It's my obligation. Sure, that's fine. Like, it's my, I want Netflix, so give me $4 of your password. Like that, I can get behind. But it's never my pleasure because I never want to say it because I never want it said to me. I never want to be at a restaurant just being like, "Oh, hey, can I get the ham and cheese omelet?" Then my waiter's just like, "Yeah, that's gonna be my pleasure." No. No, you work here? No sour cream. Don't scramble this. Don't scramble the. I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go. I'm not even hungry anymore. Is this a diet restaurant? What is happening? You know? The other thing I hated was the repetition of it. Because like I did it for so long. I hate the phrase crazy request. I hate that phrase because it's never a crazy request. It's always just some waspy white woman from Carmel. They're always just like, "I have a crazy request. Can I get some lemons for my water? I'm so bad. I'm so naughty." Like just one time I wanted to be some dude and he's just like, "Hey man, I have a crazy request. Kill my wife." It's gotta be like 85% gratuity, so that's a spicy one. Let's get a truck, my pleasure, buddy. Let's figure this out. I never had I always had trouble with like super old people, which is not. Breakfast restaurants, so old people love breakfast. They got nothing else going. They're like, "Well, it's 4 a.m, let's go get some food," you know? But it's like breakfast restaurant, I always had trouble with like first of all, super old ladies, I thought were hilarious. I loved how they don't give a shit anymore. They don't care at all. Do you guys know how many times some little old lady just slammed onto the tip into the front of my pouch and just started rustling around in there? Just, I don't know what, with her little boogeyman claw, just hunt for Red October down there. I don't know. But the worst, it's never a good tip. That was the worst part. It was always like a nickel in a Werther's Original. Like it was not. It's not what you wanted. I was eavesdropping, and I hear this table. It's this old white guy, and he just goes, "I'm so mad." I was like, "I'm in," you know, because I'm so mad. I hate kids today. I can't believe they're gonna name my granddaughter Zayden. I hate their ridiculous names. And I was like, "Thanks, Eustace. That's a good call." How's your old pals Humphrey, Herb, Herman, and Horace? How are they doing? Maybe you want to go down to the malt shop, see your old pals Willard, Gretchen, Gladys, and Gertrude. How are they? You know. Maybe I heard some shits go down to the speakeasy about to slap Sebastian for juking a jitterbug. With a jealous Jessup and Jasper having absence with Absalom, confessed to Cornelius. You're really glad no one's around here with a ridiculous name. Isn't that right there, Orville and Oxnard? The lady next to him piped up. She goes, "Yeah, at least we don't name our kids after stuff, you know, like Mercedes or Porsche." And I was like, "You're right, Rose." You and Pearl should talk about that. they didn't tickle. So to make up for that money, what I would do is to help me save money at my job. What I would do is if a customer didn't finish their food, I would. And like nothing gross, just like their soup and stuff. That's fine. I used to work with a lot of Hispanic people. And I love talking to them. I love learning about the culture. I was talking to this lady, and she was like, "Oh, in Mexico, everyone has a nickname." And I was like, "Cool. What would my nickname be?" And she looked at me, and she was like, "You'd be Mapache Grande." And I was like, "Dope. What is that? Like big man?" She's like, "Nah, giant raccoon." And I'm like, "Oh, that's not great, but I kind of like it. I think I can make it work, you know." Just walk up to a lady and be like, "Hola, señorita, me llamo Mapache Grande. Yo quiero comerte el culo como si fuera sobra." Which, as we all know, is, "Hello, I'm a giant raccoon, and I would like to eat your booty like garbage." So I also sell stickers for donations. It's a little raccoon luchador. So gotta pay whatever on that one. I got the lights, so I gotta get out of here on one more joke. I was talking about old people a minute ago, and I can never get the rhythm down of how old people have their coffee. Because if old people have coffee, they have it one of two ways. They either have it from the moment they wake up to the moment they go to bed. Which, like that, I get. Like, you gotta keep that heart going at all costs, buddy. Good for you. What I always hated was when they'd have one cup of coffee, and then you ask them, like, "Hey, can I get you another cup of coffee?" And they're like, "No! No more coffee! If I have more coffee, I'm all night!" And you're like, "All right, Grandpa, it is noon. What is wrong with you?" Like, you guys know how much coffee it takes for me to be up all night? Cocaine. Just like a Folgers scoop of cocaine, you know? Best part of waking up is never going to sleep. Who wants to build a boat? Let's talk about her dads. All right, guys. I'm a Pacha Grande.